Today we're exploring Martha's Cove, one of Navarre's best kept secrets, with this exclusive tour of this gorgeous home. Let's get to it. Meet 7667 North Shores Drive here in Navarre. This beauty is going to make your jaw hit the ground with all of its awesome upgrades. We're gonna take you on a tour of the property and then kind of talk about Martha's Cove a little bit. So here we go. All right, so the upgrades start outside. You've got this cobblestone paver driveway, some awesome upgraded landscaping. You have an extended, like extra large 3-car garage, metal roof, and look at this front porch. It's huge. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathrooms actually, just over 4,100 square feet. There is a ton of upgrades, like I said. You've got LVP flooring, quartz countertops. There is so many things. A tankless water heater, gas cooking, a 48-inch range. There's really cool detailing in the coffered ceilings. So I'm just gonna show you guys because it's awesome. So first coming in, you've got a flex space really anymore, but formal dining room. Here's your foyer. All right, so there are two owner suites, or two suites, I guess you could say, in this home. One of them is right here to the left, so it's a first floor suite. Then you've got your living area here, and here's another upgrade. It's got the outlet in the floor. So something like that, it's actually like, people like having it. I have it in my house, I freaking love it. But if you don't get it done when the foundation's going in, you're not getting it done, because all of the wiring and things like that go into the foundation itself. So that's something that you have to do right up front. And the builder, which I'll talk about him at the end, but the builder has that special attention to detail that he includes things like that. So it's really awesome. All right, so back to the house. So you've got your amazing kitchen, and I'll show you guys that more in a second. Then back over here, you have a wet bar that leads into one bedroom, which Jack and Jill's to this bedroom. And then you've got a half bath, and then your laundry and access to the garage. So let's just start. So awesome kitchen. You've got your holiday cabinets, which I'm always going to point out because I love that feature. You've got a wine fridge over here, tons of cabinets, and they took them almost all the way to the ceiling. You've got some open gallery shelves, if you will. Like I said, this beautiful quartz tile, under cabinet lighting, 48-inch range with a built-in griddle, and it's a dual oven. And it's got one of my favorite features. Again, I will always point this out because I love it. I don't know why. It's not like I'm lazy. And honestly, in this house, it's right across from the kitchen. Or the sink, but it's still a cool feature. It's a pot filler. So, you turn it on, you fill your pot up with water, and it's cool. I love it. Now, this also has some really upgraded cabinetry. So this is where you would keep your cookie sheets. And then there's a spice drawer. And then they also put in your trash. And I didn't even look to see if any of these other drawers, I'm guessing not, but they all have soft close feature. And then you have a drawer microwave. Yes. So this third rack is a game changer. And again, I'm geeking out on the stupidest things, but this is where you put your utensils so that they don't all have to be down in one of those things and they never get clean. We stayed at an Airbnb that had one of these, and I will never not have a dishwasher that doesn't have this. That's a lot of double negatives, but you get what I'm saying. And then, oh yeah, by the way, when you're, cooking, cleaning, doing whatever, you can, watch the TV that might be over here, but who needs that when you have this view? Just a little sneak peek there. All right, well, actually, let's go around. Let's do this. So you've got a little wet bar here, and this is actually an ice maker. But, while you're fixing yourself a drink or doing whatever you're doing, you've got this view. No big deal. But But they have like the really cool, let me see if it'll focus here, the shiplap all the way around, which is a really nice detail. And then right behind there, you've got your upstairs, which I forgot to turn the lights on, so we're gonna go explore that together. And then your first guest bedroom. So both of these bedrooms are really good size. There's 2 guest bedrooms down here. This one is on the sound side. So if you're using it for your children, just pick your favorite kid. But then you've got that detail again, like I was talking about. So this house also has a whole home vacuum system, which is right here. Really cool. You don't see that a lot in homes, like newer homes anyway. You've got your sink, same quartz. There's a tub, nice little tile detail there. Toilet. And the other thing I thought was really cool was they did the windows are all wind resistant, same as the doors. But on this one, they actually gave you a little privacy glass. So you don't have to put up a curtain if you don't want to, or extra blinds or anything, because it's already, you know, privacy. So here is your second bedroom. Same detail in the ceiling. And then this one's a walk-in closet. So I guess since they don't get the view, they get a little bit bigger of a closet. And then some little landscaping view. So we kind of did a loop around there, and you've got a half bathroom here with that same shiplap detailing. And then back to the kitchen. And this is one of the most epic laundry rooms I've seen in a while. So space for a refrigerator, or, you know, stand-up freezer, your washer dryer, a built-in sink instead of like those little plastic, you know, freestanding ones. And then you've got what I like to call a drop zone. So, you know, put some hooks up here so your kids can hang their coats, and you can put your purse or your, you know, briefcase, whatever. You've got a little spot to put shoes on. But then, check out this garage. Let me turn the lights on. It's failing in that department today. But it is a 3-car bonus garage, if you will, because you've got, let's see if I can show you better. So you've got a single stall here, you've got a double stall here, but then this little section here, I mean, it's the size of another single stall garage. So you could have so much room for activities. And again, all the windows are wind rated. I don't know if the garage doors are, but I do know that they're 8-foot garage doors. I'm gonna assume that they are, but I don't like assuming, so we can always ask. It does have a door to the outside. And there's gutters, which is also not a feature that you see very commonly on new homes. And then you've got 2 HVAC systems, one for upstairs, one for the main floor. It is elevated because, again, we've got the water over there. So this is actually really nice, and it's gonna give you a little bit of a discount on your insurance. Or maybe not a discount, but at least insurance companies like that it's up off the ground, because it's, you know, one less thing that could potentially get flooded. But yeah. Speaking of flooded, this home is in multiple flood zones, but the structure of the house is in like X or 0.2%. So that means that while you'll have to have flood insurance because the property itself has different flood zones on it, the fact that the structure of the home is in the lesser of those flood zones, you should get a little bit better rate on your insurance. So while those flood zones can change over time, right now, and you know, FEMA kind of does it every 3 or so years is what I was told. So for the next couple of years, you should be good for a while. And you know, as that creeps up, obviously, you know, everything fluctuates. But for right now, the structure of the home is in a good flood zone. Okay, so one thing I forgot to show you, because it's a hidden secret, is this is the pantry. Here, let me back up so you can see. So this is the pantry. And you would think you would just pull on those little knobs, just like these cabinets. But no, check this out. It's like a Harry Potter closet. It's like a little hidden away. Like, I think it's hilarious that the builder just, you know, they could have just put a door on this, but instead they're like, you know what, we're gonna have fun with this. So I think that's awesome. Another view of this awesome kitchen. I love this kitchen. All right, so this is the first floor suite. Again, you've got your whole home vacuum system there. All right, so if you go this way, you go into the like actual bedroom. And then if you go this way, it's the bathroom. But there is an actual door. So, you know, you can still close it off and stuff. All right, so here is your bathroom. You've got a slipper tub, which I think are always really pretty. And yes, you've got windows right above it, but you know, put some curtains up, you're fine. So you've got dual sinks, dual vanities. Got your toilet closet, and then a huge walk-in shower. The rain shower head, and you've got that shower head as well as that shower head. So all the water. Then you've got a linen closet. Now you'll notice that these closets don't have anything in them. The builder is offering concessions for either detailing out these closets, here's another one, or as we'll see when you go to the back patio, there's options for outdoor kitchen. And I just noticed this. So a lot of times in closets, you're not gonna see outlets, which I've never quite understood, but they have them in this one. Was there one in this one? No, but still, there's one in the big one, that's all that matters. All right, so here is your actual bedroom. And then they've got a spot for a TV if you want to mount it. And again, that attention to detail in the tray ceiling. And then your view. All right, let's go check out upstairs. So as we already saw, we are on the sound. There is 100 feet of seawall right there, and they did go ahead and actually put in a seawall. So seawalls can be pretty expensive to put in, and from all of the clients that I've had like waterfront homes, they've always wished that they would have done the seawall the right way the first time, and this one is done the right way. There's kind of two options you can do when you do seawalls. It's just like the big rocks, like they're huge boulder things, or you can do like it almost looks like a corrugated metal, but it's not that, but they reinforce it with pylons and stuff, and that's what they did out here. So it's really cool. All right, so here is your other suite. This one is a bigger room than the one downstairs, but it is upstairs. So a lot of times people will want a first floor suite so they don't have to do stairs. And this one has this really nice bathroom. So you've got two sinks again. I failed at lights today. Sorry guys. Almost the mirror image of the shower downstairs. You still have 3 different shower heads and the little corner seat. You've got your toilet. And then the difference is, instead of all those closets that you have downstairs, you've got this massive one. So it starts off, looks like a regular old closet, right? Not regular, it's still really big, but then wait, you just have a little step down and you've got this giant space. It could be like a little workout room, or a desk, office space. So you've got a little view of your front yard. And there's that middle roof we were talking about. But let's go check out the view from the balcony. So it does have its own private balcony, whereas the one downstairs, shared with basically everybody else. So it's really cool because you can see straight across to Navarre Beach. So this house does sit almost at the end of the cul-de-sac. It's on 0.64 acres. So as you can see behind me, like it is a huge yard, and it doesn't even sit like super close to the street as you saw when we were looking at the driveway. So I mean, it's a really nice sized lot. You're not stuck up against your neighbors. I mean, yes, you can see that house there, and you can see the backyard of these guys, but make friends with them because they're having a little farm over there. But Martha's Cove is not in an HOA. So while that's great for some people that don't want that extra fee and extra cost of having to be in an HOA, the thing is that there's no rules. So you can have, you know, backyards that have a little garden thing going on, and that, you know, there's no regulations as to how far or how close houses can be necessarily beyond what the county does, obviously. But yeah, so it's a good thing and a bad thing for some people. But yeah, this house is on a 0.64 acre. Let's go check out. So there's an extra little bonus. You'll see why that's funny in a second, or why I think it's funny. All right. So up here, you've got this bedroom, and then I can turn on some more lights for you guys. There we go. You've got a couple steps down into your attic space. Now, one thing I like that they did is they went ahead and kind of floored out the space here, because your HVAC systems, at least the handlers, are both up here, which is nice because they're all kind of tucked away. You don't have to have that extra closet anywhere. You can see all the ducting and stuff like that. And then they went ahead and spray foamed the ceiling here. I couldn't tell if it's spray foamed throughout the rest of it or if it's just right here, so that if you have to do anything here, you're not sweating to death, but it is at least right here. But that's not all the cool features. You've got another wet bar area, and this one actually has a little mini fridge instead of the ice maker. So if you're up here in your bonus room, which is massive. So this is the full length, I guess you could say, of the garage. And then it goes to the front of the house. So there you can kind of see right there that that's the end of the street. So that's the last house that faces south on North Shores, and the house that we're in now is I think it's the second to last house. I don't think there's one past this neighbor. And then you have one more feature up here, which is this extra closet space. So if you needed more organization, more storage, you've got it right here. All right, let's go head outside so I can show you all of that. You've got a ton of outdoor living space here. So that was the first floor owner suite. And then you've got a gas fireplace here with your hookups for your TV. And then again, all of these windows and doors are wind resistant. So in a hurricane, you don't have to put up extra paneling. And then what I love is that these doors fold on each other. So like today, it's like, I don't know, 50 something, low 60s. So if you wanted to open everything up, you absolutely can. Same with those ones over there. And then this side is that front guest bedroom for your favorite child. But here is where the plumbing is for the outdoor kitchen. So you've got your gas lines, water, all that good stuff. Now, I personally would have liked it right here, but I mean, it's still tucked away at the end here, so that's still nice. But look at this view, guys. There's a boat out there. So this is the sound. A lot of times people get confused about the different bodies of water, I guess. So this is the sound. That is Navarre Beach out that way. On the other side of Navarre Beach is the Gulf. So the Gulf, the beach, the sound, and then I'm facing north. So this would all be Navarre. And then like, I guess between Navarre and Pace and Milton, there's the bay. Like Pensacola Bay. So if you're looking at a map, it'll be, the bay, Navarre, Sound, Beach, Gulf. Hopefully that makes sense. But there's the house too. Isn't it pretty? This is what you want. You want this view. What is that? Oh, pelican or something's out there. Getting lunch. So you will see boats, you'll see barges, you'll see jet skis, people paddles, what are they called? Paddle boarding, canoeing, kayaking, all that fun stuff. You definitely could build a dock out here. And this is that seawall I was telling you guys about. So it is already done really well. I mean, obviously there's maintenance and things like that, but you shouldn't have to touch it for quite some time. If you wanted to like clear this out, you could make it more beachy, but honestly it helps provide some protection so against erosion and things like that. But you could also obviously do what they did and put more grass, or do like over there, if you cleared this off a little bit, you'd get more beach like that. But you can kind of see, where the water starts getting a little more glimmery, if you will, that it's a little bit deeper out there. And you will see dolphins out here. We do get manatees apparently. And I would assume, because I know we get sharks by the pier, so I don't know if they would come into the sound, but they could. And we even had a flamingo a year or two ago. So there you go. I am really dark, but that's okay. So as we're walking back to the house, the builder is Blake Avant. He's been building in Navarre for about 14 years, Navarre Gulf Breeze area. He is a semi-custom builder, and what he does is he will build the home so that by the time it comes onto the market like this one, you have hopefully everything that you're asking for. I'm sure like if you had a couple things you wanted to add, he would do it, obviously for a price, but that he would do it. But for the most part, his kind of MO is to take into consideration the going, fads and modernization of what people are looking for, but not making it too modern, keeping it more on the conservative side so that, 5-10 years down the road, you're not having to redo your whole house. Things like this, like wood paneling up here, it's just a really pretty detail that's going to be timeless over time. The white shiplap in the bathrooms and in the little wet bar area, like those things are, more modern, but they're also timeless. So he takes those things into consideration and just builds a really good quality house. He is a veteran, a U.S. Air Force veteran. And like I said, been around here for about 14 years or so, and just does a really nice house. Okay, so let's talk Martha's Cove. So that's the neighborhood that we're in. It is a really cool little neighborhood. So if you're looking at a map, 98 runs east-west along the whole panhandle. It is on the south side of 98. So the top of the neighborhood is 98. The bottom of the neighborhood is the Sound back here. It is right across the street from one of the Holly by the Sea entrances on Coral Street. So you're gonna have Harvest Village over there. There's a Tom Thumb. There's a Gray's Tap Room, which is a really cool brewery. It's not a brewery, but they have like different beers on tap, wine, mixed drinks, that kind of stuff. And then outside, they've got really cool like outdoor yard games, like the giant Jenga and cornhole and all that stuff. And then next to that is Johnny Houston's, which has really good burgers. And if you're at Gray's Tap Room, here's a cool thing. If you're at Gray's Tap Room and you're hungry, you can actually get food delivered from Johnny Houston's. But we are really close we're about 10 minutes from the beach. I know we can see it here, but to go all the way around, you're about 10 minutes. You're 2 or 3 minutes to what I call a small mart, so the neighborhood Walmarts. So it's got all the stuff that you need, like grocery wise and toiletry wise, but it just doesn't have like, like like a huge automotive department or clothing or things like that, but it's got like the necessities. There are 7 streets that make up Martha's Cove. So there's one way in, one way out, about 125 homes. Like I said, there's no HOA, so you don't have to worry about that. But because of that, you are going to get kind of like a eclectic type of homes. So the first couple of streets when you first come in, they're generally the same style of home, like, built around 2000-ish, single story brick homes, then kind of scattered throughout there. There might be a couple newer construction, like craftsman style single family homes. And then the rest of the neighborhood they've been here for a little bit longer. So maybe like, 80s, 90s style homes. And then along the Sound, you've got all kinds of different things. And then actually on North Shores where we are now, these homes are much newer. There's a couple that are from like, around 2000s. But for the most part, these have been built up over the last like 5 to 6-ish years. So you're going to see a lot more newer type architecture. And then again, along the Sound, you're going to see all kinds of things. So this end part of North Shores, it's going to be homes like this or homes that are up on pylons. So the ones that are like raised up. So it looks like they're 3 stories, but that first story is really just a garage. And like kind of like the one that we could see from the backyard over here. But also there is actually one house that it used to be a little like a 1990s style, like little country, like ranch style, single story home. But over the last couple of years, they actually raised it up and then added a lower level. So now it's a 2-story house, which is kind of cool. And then they're actually building another one farther down on North Shores that is why is the name escaping me? Cinder block construction. So that thing's going to have the most amazing insurance rates ever because it's not going anywhere. But like I said, like you're going to see a lot of different, styles, a lot of different ages and things like that in the southern part of Martha's Cove. All right, so let's talk about market data for Martha's Cove. Over the last year, there have been 6 homes that are sold. Currently, there is 1 that is pending, so it's under contract, and 2 that are active, including this one. So from those 6 that have sold, the prices were around $360 all the way up to $500. That $360 home that's on the lower end was one of the homes that backed up to $98. So sometimes those don't get as much money, if you will, for the value of the home, just because it has a little bit more. If they didn't do anything to mitigate the noise from 98, it'll have a little bit more noise in the background when you're in the backyard, that is. So sometimes those are going to be dinged down a little bit as far as price, but that one also needed some updates. So that's on the lower end. That one that was sold at $500, I think it was actually like $515 or something like that. It was only a 3 or 4 year old house. It had solar on it. It was about 2,500 square feet, like a 4-bedroom home. So it was a newer home. It was a little bit bigger home. So that's why we're kind of on the top end of that. But with the exception of this house, because this one, I actually don't think I ever told you guys the price. I'm going to save that for a second. But with the exception of this house, most of the homes are in that average like 400 to 500 range, which is what your average price is for Navarre anyway. So as a whole, as long as, most people are, this is going to fit where they're looking for. If they're looking in Navarre for a 3 or 4 bedroom home, around that 2,000 square foot, price point, like this would be a great option for you. Because the other thing I forgot to mention to you guys is that even though there's no HOA here, there is actually a really cute little area on North Shores actually that has sound access. So it is not anything official, but the neighbors kind of take care of it and let people use it. There's actually like little pylons there, so that I guess what I'm guessing happened, because there's pylons there and like a couple of them are roped off, and then there's 2 that you can like walk through. So I'm guessing people probably tried to back up trucks to put boats in the water and stuff. So they're like, no, we don't want to deal with that. But like I said, the neighbors still take care of that area enough to where if you wanted to walk down there or like throw a kayak or a paddleboard in the water, you definitely could. But I actually have clients here that they have lived here now for 3 years. And they love this neighborhood. They always talk about how nice everyone is. People will be walking around, they're, walking their dogs or just taking a walk, whatever. And they always say hi. They're on the north side of this street. And when they purchased that property, there was nothing to the south side of them. But I told them like, hey, eventually someone's going to buy this lot. They're going to clear it out. They're going to put a house on it. And they did. But the cool part is that the people that bought that house actually came over to them, just talked to them and said, hey, sorry, we're taking your view away. They were just really cool about it. So, what I'm getting at is people in this neighborhood all just seem genuinely kind and nice. So that goes without saying, because the sound access for the neighborhood is just being taken care of by neighbors. So it's really cool. Anyway, back to the market data. This house is going to be one of the higher priced ones. Again, it is a 2024 home. It's over 4,000 square feet. It is on the sound, and it's listed at $1.9999 million, which I know sounds like a lot. It's $2 million. However, you're getting over a half acre on the sound, brand new home, 4,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, all of these upgrades. It's actually not bad priced. Like, yes, I would love to purchase this house, and I can't right now, but I would love to. But for the price, like, it is actually, like, you're getting a lot for the money. So all that being said, yes, this house is $2 million. So when this house sells, the price points will have been from $360,000 to $2 million. But when you're really looking at the details of that, for the most part, you're kind of in the average price point of Navarre in this neighborhood. So I have one more surprise for you. So I mentioned that Martha's Cove is really close to Harvest Village, which is literally just across the street on 98. Harvest Village is a really cool little area because it's got, it's kind of like a little industrial park or like a business park. There's a couple restaurants in there. There's a title company, insurance company, a lender, a lawyer. There's a dentist. There's a med spa, salon, hair, nails, that kind of thing. There's a massage place there, an acupuncturist, there's so many things over there. One of the things that's really cool over there actually is if you've got a kiddo with special needs that needs different kinds of therapy, there's a place called Above the Board, I want to say it's called, but they do occupational, ABA, physical, and speech therapy. So it's really cool that you can take your kid to one place if they need different kinds of therapy, because usually they do. So you can take your kid to one spot, and then they can get all the help and support that they need there, all the resources. But the cooler thing, or maybe it's funny, I guess you could say, is right next to it is a coffee store, which I'm going to take you to now, called Perfect Blend. It is locally owned. Cute little store. Like I said, I'll show it to you guys in a second. Great coffee. They've got different kinds of drinks beyond coffee as well, tea, and then little stuff for kids like hot chocolate or whatever. But it's right next door. So depending on when you go in there, you're always going to see like a parent waiting on their kiddo next door. So I think Perfect Blend was there after the therapy place. So they were genius in doing that, because they have just kind of, people just waiting there like nothing else to do, so let's go get a coffee. So I just think that's funny and great marketing. But I'm going to take you over there right now.
The Perfect Blend is one of my favorite coffee shops here in Navarre. It's in a great location. They have a great menu, and they even have seasonal menus sometimes. So right now they still have their Christmas menu, and I have my peppermint mocha. It's still hitting the spot even in January. Well, that does it for today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another video that I drop, whether it's about a home tour or neighborhood properties or even another coffee shop that I might take you to in the near future. Have a great day.